Hello,
Welcome!
everybody.
Hello.
Hello!
Let's go.
Let's
Welcome,
go!
Tales of Initiative. I am Dustin Miller. We are so excited to be back with you again this week. It's been a long and crazy week. I think, at least for me, I'm imagining for everybody, but I think it's safe to say that we are all excited to be here and ready to enter the world of Vengalia again. So,
So excited. So
welcome.
ready.
Heck yes.
So, welcome back, everybody. Our sponsor for the episode tonight is, once again, Tales of Initiative. You can find us on all social media sites at Tales of Initiative or our website, talesofinitiative.com. Also, do not forget to join our Discord server if you haven't already. We are very excited by all the changes that are happening and the growth that is taking place there. If you're looking to learn to play, teach someone how to play, want to play in a game, want to run a game, there is a place for you. So please come check us out. We would love to have you be a part of our community. And we're not just a D&D community. We are your one-stop shop for all different kinds of TTRPGs, whether it is Thirsty Sword Lesbians, whether it is Fallout. We're doing some Fallout games. We are working on Call of Cthulhu. We are working on some kids on bikes and brooms and down the hall and next door neighbors. Like we've got it all. And
Bars, Dustin. Bars.
all
Accidental
all the
bars.
things. Kids in bars, all those things. So
Kids in
um
bars.
Not
we,
quite
we don't
what it's
condone
going
underage
for.
drinking. No.
no, I meant like gymnastics bars. What are you guys thinking? Anyway, make sure you check us out. Our merch shop is also live at talesofinitiative.com. You can get some really cool and awesome stuff there as well. Once more, I would also like to thank at Fiore_5 and Haley at Vaguely Haley for the character art and background sigils that you see behind us. Please check out their stuff on Instagram and go support them. We do love supporting artists and all their beautiful hard work. With all of that out of the way, I invite you to pack your bags as you leave your world and enter ours as we bring you the sunset over Vengalia. There it is. All right.
There it is. There's the music.
The assassin Wyvik Herbiphage snuck into the room of Goremarr and whispered the words, "Zillan sends his regards," before sliding a short sword up under his ribs and piercing his heart. With a final pump of poison, Goremarr breathed his last. When confronted with the death of his friend Goremarr, Bjorg made the gut-wrenching statement, "You can't do this. You were supposed to protect me." In the struggle to survive, Goremarr was able to scratch Wyvik's face and tear off the insignia off of his sleeve, which allowed Xander Typhrane to identify the bandit group that he was associated with. The group then used this information to track down the bandits, only to discover they were also the ones that had stolen the ale that Thim had asked you guys to find. You were able to overcome. You started off doing solid with the lies, but some unfortunate lack of knowledge of the geography in the area, the bandit gangs' territories, and then just a poor stealth roll by Bjorg led the bandits to go from buying into your story to attacking you. But luckily, you were able to fight them off, killing 4 of the bandits and capturing Wyvik. You were able to bring Wyvik back and hand him over to Xander to stand trial for his crimes. And you also managed to make 400 gold between the 2 jobs of finding the ale and taking care of some of the bandit gangs. You were able to squeeze in a short rest to kind of recover some from your ordeal, since most of you were pretty near death's door at the end of that fight. Got yourselves cleaned up with some clever uses of some cantrips to clean some blood and and nastiness off your clothes, and you made your way to the house of Magister Aron to begin your dinner party. You had just knocked on the door, and the door was opening. You were greeted by an older halfling male. He's wearing an older style, more formal suit that it's got bow tie and coattails, but it's a little too long for him, almost as if they were made for someone else and then passed down through the family line. Welcome, honored guests of Ballantor. I am Marvon Bigbeam, the Magister's major domo. I am instructed to see to your every need while you are in attendance here. The Magister begs your pardon as he is seeing to some matters and will be just a bit late, but he would like you to be at your ease and to be welcome. And he invites you to enjoy some refreshments in the sitting room while you wait.
Mr. Bigbeam, you said your name was?
Marvon Bigbeam, yes, is my name.
Mm.
And you are...
Oh, I'm Vix. And they quickly just like sort of slide right in and start looking around and perusing.
Yes. If you would, the sitting room is this way, and he gestures you down the hall. He leads
I'll
you
make sure
through...
they get there.
Most appreciated. As you're led through the foyer of the house and down some halls towards the sitting room, you notice other staff scurrying throughout the halls, carrying various items with them. Items that seem to be like decorations and like tablecloths and things like that that might be used to set up for the party later on. He leads you into the sitting room, opens it up, and it appears to be like a personal library kind of space. There's bookshelves lining the walls. Not a huge amount of books, as books seem to be difficult to obtain in this area, but a few. There's a couple of oversized, overstuffed chairs, as well as like a love seat kind of area and a coffee table that has just some knickknacks and like almost like one of those like Zen garden type things where you can just sit there and kind of trace
Yeah.
just little like fidgety, busy finger things to help keep you occupied while you wait.
Edie's right there.
That's where the
Edie
sand
sits there and goes down with the sand. Yeah.
I was waiting for it.
is.
Would you like
She saw little things to play with.
any beverages or anything as you wait?
Wine, please.
Ooh.
Red
Surprise
or
me.
white?
White.
White wine, of course.
Red for me.
Red. Mm-hmm.
I'll have some red wine too, please.
Yes.
Take your
And-
pick. I trust you.
You are a wise man, I can tell. Very good. He exits the room to go fetch your drinks.
Well
Think-
then.
I think Vix is curious about what books have been assembled here. Like, what is this, like a functional library or a display library? She's trying to get a little bit of a read on the Magister at the same time.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
First roll of the... Ooh, bad roll. 9.
Okay. As you're going through the books, you do see, I mean, a variety of, like, there's like some different like books on like governing and things like that. Some like economic type books. Like some of them are like more like there's a couple like fictional stories there and novels. You don't see anything like super obscure, nothing like research purposes in this room. This appears to be more of a user-friendly reading room. There's no like how to govern and in 100 easy steps or governing for dummies, those kind of things. It's more of a there's some regional stuff like the regional like histories of what's happened in this area throughout the years. There's like a atlas kind of thing that kind of gives some maps and stuff of the area, but it appears to be fairly functional in what it does as far as like just being a place to make somebody feel welcome if they wanted to pick up a book and peruse while they were waiting. It's something that they could find a little bit of information on something, whether it be entertainment value or whether they're trying to actually learn something about something. It's like little tidbits of things rather than any deep, serious study in here.
Cool.
Being new to this area, Bjorg would love to peruse a map
Okay.
and potentially slide it into his pocket for future use.
So are you wanting to tear it out of the book?
Oh, it's in a book.
Yeah, it's like an atlas kind of style book that has different like
Ooh.
maps
Yes.
as you.
The like surrounding area. I'll be flipping through the book a little bit, kind of hover on the surrounding area portion of the book, and
Okay.
just try my best to just rip that page right out of there.
Well, first, give me an investigation check to see if you can find something that you're looking for.
Yep.
Quickly skimming through the pages.
14.
Okay. You are able to relatively easy. You're like, hey, there's probably a table of contents kind of thing, and you go and you do
I would
find one
hope
that
so.
seems to be for the area. You turn to that page and you do see a map of the general area. Go ahead and now give me a sleight of hand check, unless you're just going to stare it out.
No, I would like to do it in a somewhat sneaky fashion. Ooh,
Okay.
only a 9.
As you start to
Everyone left, right?
We're
The-
learning this room.
You and
start getting
sneaking.
the little. You get the
I
little
gotta
like the
stop.
first stairs. You start focusing on tearing it out, and you get in the top of the page like shh, shh, and you start getting the long shh, and just as you're doing that, the door opens as Marvon walks back in.
Oh, I'm immediately
Excuse
casting
me?
mending on it, and
What was going on? What are you doing to the book?
nothing. It's perfectly fine after I cast mending on it.
Doesn't mending take a certain amount of time?
Dang, it does. Yes. Oh no.
How long does it take? Is it like a minute
A
per?
minute. Yeah, it's a minute.
Would I be close at all to Bjorg since we were both at like the library, the books?
Well, there's a couple different bookshelves. I mean, it stand to reason that you guys could have been standing near each other. Yeah.
Okay. Like Vix is going to like give a little bit of like a shoulder bump to Bjorg. Oh, that is entirely on me.
Oh,
Perhaps
God.
maybe I shouldn't have any wine. I'm already a little bit tumbly still. I really think Wyvik actually hurt my brain at some point, or maybe it's just I've got a limp from that crossbow bolt. I bumped into him and terribly sorry. We'll set this right straight away.
Just a slight budge. I'll get it all straightened out.
Make a deception check for
Yup.
you, please.
Oh, the shiny dice has betrayed me. It's not in a mood. Deception would be a 7.
Ooh, let's see what the gods decide your fate will be.
The shiny dice needs a timeout.
Well,
Helping?
I will tell you, he rolled a natural 1. So he looks at you. Well, perhaps you should have that checked out. Maybe you should have that checked out. He looks over the book. Appears that you are currently fixing it. No harm, I suppose, was done.
Could you
Anyway,
check me
here
out?
is.
Do you have any
I am a
medical
major.
knowledge, or with a name like Big Beam, I'm sure you've got something to show. What?
I am. What? I am a major domo. I am not a medical professional.
I'm just going to put this down and leave you to.
Yes, here's your wine, and he hands you 3 reds and a white to the appropriate parties.
Lovely.
Magister Aron should be with you shortly. I'm going to just step outside the door and he's just now eyeing Vix a little bit, like not entirely sure what to do with them. If you should need anything, please just I guess ask. That would be all. Thank you. And steps outside, just really kind of unnerved all of a sudden.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's
Yo,
nothing.
what were you doing?
Oh, I was trying to just get a map. I'm new here. I still don't know where I'm going. I don't know where
Ooh.
this is on this continent, island. I don't even know what this is connected to.
No, actually,
I
you
could
know
help.
what? Yeah, I support that. See if you can find a map or more information about that lake.
Ooh,
I'll distract the butler.
on it. I'm just gonna start rifling through the book again.
Okay. Go ahead and make. It's a major domo, by the way, not a butler. Gosh, respect the title.
Respect the title.
How are you going to distract him?
I'm gonna gently knock on the door, and I'm gonna open my wings out a little bit just to protect the crack of the door. And go, I'm so sorry. Would we be able to get any food, like a cheese platter or something, to go with this wine?
Yes, of course. There can definitely be food provided. Cheese, maybe some fruit and crackers.
Amazing. Bit of quince paste as well.
Queen's paste. Yes, of course. That can be provided. Just a moment, please. And he walks away.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
Go ahead and make an investigation check with advantage.
Nice. Well, that's a natural 20 first off, so
Yeah.
I think we're good.
So
Yes.
you're like, wait, if it's based on region, you turn a couple more pages and there it is. There is a map
Lake
and some
perfect.
information on Loch Hillbrand. You are able to determine with that, just looking over it, Loch Hillbrand. It talks more about the history of Loch Hillbrand, that it was used to be this vibrant, thriving community built right on a lake. It was then, the site of many battles during the wars. But still, the community itself managed to thrive, just maybe providing some resources, food or whatever, to the soldiers and stuff like that. It maintained its busyness until probably about 50 or so years ago, towards the end of the wars. Something happened where the town started dying down, and that's kind of where the book left off, is the started the economic downfall of their downturn, I should say, of the town.
Nemea, I found something about it. There's not much recent information, but there's a bit. At least something
Okay.
to
It
work
does
off
include
of.
a map and everything.
I'm
Well,
just
it's
ripping
not
that out. I'm not sleight of handing that. I'm just going for it quick. And
Before we I don't being the person who's already burned their bridges with Magister Aron, it might behoove us to just ask for a map if it's linked to any sort of job that he might want us to do.
very true. I forgot I'm on his good side at least, so
Right,
I'll
exactly.
wait.
Use those greased wheels, because I certainly have none, and while I'm not one to shy away from mischief, let's use it properly.
Wait, so you've already ripped it out. Are you going to try to put it back in now?
Oh Jesus! I was trying to
If it's ripped,
I was trying to stop
Man.
Bjorn from ripping, seeing the motion, wop 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 wop. But if I can't stop him in
if I
time, then
already
I'll just
ripped
help
it
him
out,
mend it.
if I already ripped it out, yeah, I'll mend it back up. But if he did catch me in time, I would have stopped.
Okay, no, I mean, I rip it out. I don't even try. So yeah, you
Okay.
just pour it out. So yeah, I love now you're tearing them out, putting them back in, tearing it out, putting it back in.
I'm getting
And
very
as you
good
look
at
at
mending paper, at least.
as you look at the map, you kind of realize it's like when you're a kid in school and you're looking at, you get the old atlases, the old globes that still say Soviet Union on it. It's that kind of map where it's just so old. A lot of the stuff could be out of date anyway now. perhaps nobody's gone through doing updated maps, or he just hasn't gotten an updated map, or nobody cares to because it's kind of a town that doesn't really have much going for it currently.
And Vix, I thought you didn't trust the Magister.
Oh, I don't. But that doesn't mean we can't trust him to act in his best interests. If giving us a map helps him, I don't know. I don't trust him in the same way you don't trust any authority figure. You know, trust but verify sort of thing. I trust that he's in charge. I trust that he has power. But that doesn't mean that he's going to use it for the best applications. But I'm not going to discredit the guy either before getting to know him a little bit more. You're a local. Do you know much about him?
Honestly, no. In case you haven't realized, I'm
Fantastic.
socially awkward.
Different.
Yeah. In many ways. I generally tend to keep to myself.
That's in no way a bad thing.
No.
No, but it can mean that I can't help in situations like this. I know of people, but I'm not particularly close. I don't know people. Per
Well,
se.
it's a wonderful help right now, coming from a ragtag group of strangers who have no idea what's going on in this town.
Yes, you're still a
Knowing
leading
someone
authority.
is better than nothing.
And just then, the door opens and Magister Aron comes in carrying a cheese platter that also has like some pickles and some like slices of like bread, and just some like grapes and things like that. And he sets it down. My apologies for my lateness. Some things came up that couldn't be helped. I must apologize. I invited you, and I was late, and that was rude. Please forgive me.
It's no trouble
Oh,
at all.
of
We've had this lovely little library to explore, and it looks like Edie's composed a masterful assembly of sand.
Ooh. So, Edie, what were you playing with? Like when you were playing with it, were you doing anything, or were you just tracing the rake through and repositioning the rocks and stuff?
So now that everything that on the table is now one complete item, that balanced on top of each other, the sand has been dug and things have been stuck into, out of, hanging. And she kind of looks over and she's just like, "The wine's nice, thanks."
You are most welcome. Yes. Anyway, I'm so sorry for your loss. I was informed about your friend, and his loss will be felt throughout our community, even after only such a short time here. So first, let me extend my condolences.
Appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I understand you were able to capture the one who you believe responsible?
Yes, Vix, what did you do with them?
We handed them into the guards like very responsible citizens. This is maybe something we would have discussed on the way back. Did we want to bring up Scyllin to either the guard or the Magister, and would we have done so already?
Ooh.
Or is this something we
were
want to
talking-
investigate beforehand on our own?
We were talking to somebody and mentioned the first mate.
I
I think that was Captain Xander.
Yeah.
Which I don't. Oh.
I think that was Captain Xander.
And he had mentioned to you that Scyllin was known as having kind of a fiery temper and prone to making rash decisions and stuff like that. That's kind of what he had left you with as far as like information regarding Scyllin.
Also, could I get a quick insight check on the Magister to see if the business was just like, oh, the business went late, if it's kind of just like rigmarole of being a Magister, or if it was something that's got him on edge?
was a power
Yeah.
move.
So you're trying to see like what his demeanor is, like an insight check on his demeanor.
Yeah, I am. I put the sparkly dice in timeout, and then I forgot, and sparkly dice betrayed me again.
Oh no.
11. My passive is much higher, but just an 11 on the active.
Yeah, he's. I mean, it's hard to read any nerves in him. He seems a little nervous in having you guys be here, just from the standpoint of this is a small town, and for him having a dinner party seems like it's a pretty big deal. So it's almost like his nerves are like, I hope I can, I hope I can have this dinner party that's going to be memorable for the community and the people involved. This is, it's a big thing. He doesn't seem nervous about being in your presence as far as like he's underhanded or anything like that. Just nervous more in general about throwing a good party.
Cool. Well, the wine is certainly an
But
excellent appetizer.
Please enjoy the cheese. As you look at the cheese, you do see your standard fare of like cheddar and things like that, and the different types. You do notice one that's more of a creamy cheese.
Yes.
That is very briny. And he's like, "This is our sea cheese. We actually, it's made through a process. It's made through combining some of the oil from the Kalapari eels with, don't worry. It's delicious. Just feel free to try and enjoy. It's a local delicacy."
Vix is all about it. That sounds. Am I the only one here? OOC who loves soft cheeses. Ryan, you're giving me bad face.
No,
Oh,
yes.
yes, give me soft
Both
cheese.
Bjorg
Give
and
me
me.
it all day, every day.
I am going
I
to
love
hard
soft-
pass
I
and
love
Edie's
soft
stick my
already
nose
eaten
up.
half of the cheeses and crackers.
The sea cheese is actually really nice. It's a briny, but it's creamy. So it's got like a nice mix of, and if you mix it with like there's like a rye bread, like if you combine it with that, it's actually really enjoyable. And then if you pop a grape afterwards, the sweetness and the freshness of the grape really sets it
Can
off. It's really quite enjoyable.
Are the grapes on a vine, or are they already picked off?
They are on a bunch. They are on a like on a. You have to pull them off.
Edie does not grab a single grape. She grabs a
Oh
bunch.
God.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a nice mound of them there for you to have at. You must be famished after your day. Anyway, thank you for coming and spending a little bit of time with me. You've already made, well, Nemea, it's nice to see you actually out and like showing some signs of personality. It's great to see that. But the rest of you just arrived and you just kind of stepped right up, and I want to thank you for that.
I don't know if it was on purpose, but you're welcome.
Well, this ring that you gave me, or sold me, I should say. But remember,
ahead.
I
we
have a
were
ring
going
too.
You have a ring?
Yeah, Edie starts smacking her ring.
Just
Light
flashing.
colours.
Edie,
Remember,
we
were-
talked about this not inside, it's Sprite.
Oh, sorry.
we were going to discuss a personalized like insignia ring as well. So
Oh.
maybe if you have time later this week, we could perhaps sit down one-on-one and actually discuss like what that might look like and commission you to construct this ring for me.
Absolutely, I've already been thinking of collateral, we'll say, for what you can do for me in return.
Yes, I'm most interested in hearing about that. Well, this is a chance that few get. So please, I am at your disposal. If you have any questions, now is a great time. We can have some discourse back and forth, get to know one another, enjoy some delightful snacks before our dinner.
What can you tell us about the lake to the north? We have a feeling that the undead from earlier came from there, but we're not familiar with the area.
Are you referring to Loch Hillbrand?
Yes.
You know, Loch Hillbrand was once a actually quite busy city. City. It was definitely more of a town, but more of a town than Ballantor. We're more of a village, but it was thriving. It had a good community. It's built right on a lake, and it was a gorgeous lake. But for whatever reason, it just started losing. People lost interest. Maybe the wars wore on too long, but it's eventually just stopped attracting people. It's, as far as I know, there is still a community there, but we don't hear much from them anymore. But I have heard that sorry, I just got handed a note. I have heard that we need to pause the game for a brief moment due to some technical things, and we will be right back to pick that question up.
Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back
Stay tuned,
after.
guys. Sorry.
Yep.
back. Sorry about that, guys. I've got some electrical stuff going on at the house, and I had to throw some breakers, so I apologize. Hopefully that is the end of it for now. Anyway, when we left off, you guys were just getting ready to ask some questions to Magister Aron. He was informing you about Loch Hillbrand, a little bit of information about it, and he was saying, actually, there is a trader who comes through here periodically, Eldon Bagwell, who often goes through there. He might be a person that you could ask. Loch Hillbrand, I believe he does some trading up that way. He should be coming through town here in the next few days.
Okay, thank you.
What sort of goods does he trade?
Literally anything. He's an odds and ends man, kind of whatever catches his eye. He's a halfling, so he's very interested in just whatever shiny things are lying about sometimes.
Ah, I can relate.
I thought you might. Yes, but he's a good source of information, perhaps, because again, he gets around places that we don't.
Do you
But
have
what else?
any sort of idea on who might be living there? At all? Anyone who might be left?
I mean, I imagine that there's a small population of people. I have not heard otherwise, so it should just be, something along the lines of what we have here. Maybe slightly more people, but still people nonetheless. I have not heard of anything out of the ordinary there. Is there a reason for concern?
Just all the undead, that's all.
Undead are definitely a cause for concern anywhere.
I was just curious if you knew anyone who stood out there as strange, peculiar, unusual.
Peculiar. Now, now that you mention it, there was a mage that was living there. His name was Dilbert? Donald? Dorabak. Dorabak was his name. He was a gnome fellow. He was a little odd, but I mean, I don't know beyond that. I've not traveled much recently, as my business is here, not elsewhere. So I see to the ruling of this town. I communicate some with the outside, through letters and post. I communicate with the crown on the regular, but beyond that, my concern is the thriving of my community here.
Understandable. And you're doing a wonderful job. This is very helpful, whether you know it or not. A name is always better than nothing.
Insight check on the dude.
I would also like to. Yeah, I'll jump in on that too.
Okay, what are you wanting to find out?
He seems to know a lot about the individuals of the town, but nothing about the town itself. I don't think he's telling a story.
Yeah, so seeing the trickle feed of information, like how selective is he being with what he knows?
Okay, Go ahead and roll your insight.
Ooh, much better. Get to put that expertise to use.
14.
Okay.
25.
Damn.
So, Nemea,
Jesus.
he seems like he's being pretty forthright for you. He doesn't seem like he's trying to hide anything. It just seems like he really is struggling to recall just information outside of your town. Vix, he's not hiding anything. He remembers the name Dorabak because Dorabak was a very peculiar fellow. He might be, if he's withholding information, it's not intentional, it's not hostile in nature, it's not that he's trying to keep secrets from you. It's just any information doesn't seem relevant to information that you're asking. The quirkiness might be more like, oh, he was, dressed in this kind of particular fashion, or he, had a habit of like talking to himself or scratching under his arms a lot, things like that that are just weird, quirky mannerisms that are like, oh, I'm recalling this about this guy. Not really relevant to what they're asking, but man, he was kind of odd in those ways.
And when you say a little odd, you think odd enough to start summoning undead and letting them roam about, or would that be a bit above his pay grade?
I believe he did have some leanings towards the necromantic arts, so it's always possible that he was summoning undead. But it would be weird for them to lose control over a couple skeletons. So I don't. Maybe he did seem to have some affinity for necromancy.
Considering the
Well,
possible
that's one hell of a lead.
ramifications. Yeah. Considering the possible ramifications, is this something that you'd be wanting to hire a team of investigators for, or anything of that such?
I feel like you think I have more authority than I do. My authority is to this town. So as things come into this town, I have the authority to say, yes, please investigate. But once they are outside of the domain of Balantor, you are looking at either their magister or perhaps taking it up with the king himself.
Fair enough. Politics
if
are
you are seeking recompense for your efforts.
Politics are above me. I don't know how much gets tossed between different towns, right? Where one jurisdiction ends, another begins, and what happens then?
Of course.
I don't know.
We serve at the king's pleasure.
I think what Vix was trying to convey was, even if it is an issue outside of Balantor, if they're losing control. Oh, people are looking at me again. Wings close over her shoulders. We want to stop that so they don't keep coming back. So technically, that would be a Balantor issue.
If you are asking, would I like it investigated to find out what is going on? Of course. I mean, I'm worried about my town's safety, so I would love for answers to be given. If you are asking, can I collect money? Would I pay you for this? I'm sorry, it's not in my budget to pay a group of investigators to go investigating other towns that are outside of my realm of domain, my realm of rulership. I definitely would love to see it, and the crown might see fit to reimburse you for your efforts. I'm not in a position to be able to do so. However, I personally, as a person wanting to know what's going on, would love to know why there's undead coming, and if it has something to do with that town, then I believe, yes, that it would be a great idea to find out.
That's more than reasonable.
Okay. Of course. Would we perhaps be able to borrow some horses and a cart then?
That is possible. We would have to see what's available. We don't have exactly a large stable, as you know, Nemea. We don't travel much beyond our walls, so the horses would belong to people, not so much to the city.
Perhaps some maps then. Nemea is the only one from around here. It would help us to get a little bit of a lay of the land. Vix kind of tosses like a half wink towards Bjorg.
I'd love to see
yes.
some map.
A map.
All the maps I have here are outdated, but I can definitely talk to the Pasternaks, the owners of the general store, to see if they perhaps have any updated information, any updated maps that you might be able to have access to. They should be here at the dinner party later tonight. I've invited most of the town, to come celebrate and to honor you as you've saved our lives.
That sounds splendid.
Well, good, good. It is almost time. Are we doing okay? Are you ready for dinner?
No, but yeah.
Vix has just finished constructing this elaborate, like, rye bread, sea cheese, and pickle sandwich. And just, yes, with that, I think I'm ready to go.
Excellent. Then let us. Shall we make our way to the more formal areas of the house where we can enjoy the company of our guests?
As soon as they point out like which direction they're walking in, it is like skipping much faster than the rest of the group to get a squiz and a look around, maybe down a couple of hallways beforehand or a doorway, just looking.
Okay. Make a perception
God,
check if you're walking.
that's
18.
Okay. You, as you're hopping and making your way through, you do see a couple of like a hallway going down and a set of stairs going up, and then it appears to be like one of those type things where there's like a door built into the side of the stairway, where there's like you don't know what's there. There's a door built into the side of the stairway, but you do see some stairs going up, and it is a rather well made. So the house itself, as you were walking up, and let me just kind of give you a description. It's a 3-story home built specifically for Balantor's Magister. It has 7 bedrooms, a large kitchen, a dining hall meant for entertaining, as well as a smaller, more intimate dining area for just family meals or things like that. It's got sitting rooms, office spaces, a small library, which is where you guys kind of were meeting with him at. Couple washrooms, like a large bathing area, like a bathhouse kind of area where they have like the copper tubs. You wouldn't have necessarily seen all of this yet. A pantry, a cellar. It's warmly, as you're walking through, you see it is warmly decorated. It's got some paintings and sculptures, but you notice with that perception check, Edie, that the sculptures and everything that you're seeing in the paintings actually look like they are made by someone either with little to no talent or someone who was very young made the paintings, almost like hanging up child's artwork from kindergarten or something like that is kind of the type of decorations you see around the house.
So this is like Edie's dream.
Yeah. And as you enter the main entertaining area,
Just
it's
before
connected.
that,
Mm-hmm.
was any of the doors that we walked past a jiggle a handle on every single one? Any of them open, and if I get out of view, I want to go down a different hallway than where everyone else is going.
My God.
This is the first time she's been at a 3-story building.
So as you walk down, I mean, most of the doors, as you turn, the knob turns, like, and the door feels like it could open. He doesn't appear to have a lot of security on this, at least on this main floor that you're on right now. As you're walking, do you want to peek in any of the doors?
Yeah, I just want to do a quick peek, and if it's nothing exciting, then I move on directly.
Yeah. So as you're opening one appears to be just like a standard washroom, almost like it'd be
Move
like
on.
a place like this. Another one appears to be an office, like kind of a more formal office area. You see like a desk set up and like lights. Then you come to one that appears to be like a pantry. As you're seeing that one, you want to go in the pantry?
Yes.
You pop in the pantry. Go ahead. Are you trying to do this stealthily?
I want to be out of the. I wanted to have gotten out of the view of everyone else. If the pantry's not out of view, then I wouldn't be going in it.
It is
Is Edie
She'd
playing
be
hide and
dashing up the
seek?
stairs or something. Yeah. So she wants to just get out of eye view and then go into a room or up staircases or down a hallway or something. So like she can kind of see where everyone is, but she's hidden.
So you are trying to detach from the group altogether.
Yes.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Hilarious. And there she goes.
I got a 10. Hear my jingles go up the stairs.
Was that
God.
with disadvantage?
Yes.
That's right, because you are at disadvantage.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so as you are about to step out, Magister Aron turns his head and looks. Miss, we're actually headed this way, if you don't mind. I'm taking you to meet the rest of the group. If you would please stay with me, that would be wonderful. And he kind of now like steps back with you to kind of help. Just politely, he thinks you might have just gotten kind of like caught up looking at things. He doesn't suspect anything, but he's just trying to make sure you get there. He guides
Sorry,
you to.
I told you I'd keep an eye on Vix. I should have warned you about the little one.
Gnome is just going to neck her drink, and then if anyone else's drink is still got anything in it, she's going to finish that too before leaving the room.
Vix was about to finish and just passes it to Nemea, like clearly seeing that she needs it more.
Downs it. Thank you.
You guys make your way into the main like meeting area, and I would describe it as like a big formal like living room space, but like it's cleared area. So it's attached to the main dining room. Like you'll be able to go into there easily enough through a double door. As you look around, you notice that there are a lot of people from the town there. But you look on the walls, and you see like there's this big like bookshelf, like almost like a mantle kind of thing, but it runs all the way around the wall of this space. And you see decorated in the images or the idealization or like this imagery of each of the deities of the realm, but in clamshells with googly eyes. So it's like you've got a clamshell of each and every one of the deities. So you, as you're looking, you do see like one for the goddess of the sun, and you see one for the god of the trade, and it's representing, again, it's a clamshell, so you can only do so much, but it has like characteristics and stuff, but they all have big googly eyes like glued to them, and it's one of those things that you look at it and you're like, okay, but that stands out to you as a weird little thing.
As it would.
As it would. As you are being led up, or as you are walking, being led in, one of the Crown's Guard comes up to everybody, comes up actually to Magister Aron, and this is a halfling female that Nemea you would recognize as Ingletrude Oldbuck, and she is leading another halfling with her. And if you would go ahead and describe your character to us, Sabrina, as you come in.
Oh.
Oh my gosh! Let's go!
New player!
Yay!
New player who dis?
Alright.
New player who dis?
My character, Rosalie, she stands at about 2 feet 10, a little bit on the smaller side even for a halfling, with long wavy auburn hair held back in a long ponytail. She has hazel eyes which are wide, staring out at this big room. She's like taking it all in with amazement, and you can see that she's wearing some a rather simple clothes in shades of grey and purple. That is, there's also like accents of leather and like a little like shoulder piece and stuff that you notice. And yeah, you also notice that there would be a wand of gnarled wood that is currently fastened to her belt, that she's kind of just fiddling with as she's just taking all this in.
And Ingletrude walks up. Yes, Magister Aron, I'd like to introduce you to my cousin. She's here visiting from our village, and so I just thought it would be great to introduce her.
Hi,
This is you can introduce yourself, of course. I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm Rosalie Underwood, and I am. Wow, this place is so amazing. Oh, it's so fancy. I'm really honored to be here.
Yes, of course. Rosalie, you said?
Yes. You can
Well,
call me
it's
Rose.
a pleasure to Rose. Yes, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Magister Aron, and I apologize. I may ask your name a few more times tonight. I'm
Oh.
a little distracted with this party. It is very lovely to have you. I hope you enjoy. Please, feel free to mingle. These are my honored guests. Actually, the reason why we're having this party. Please, why don't you introduce yourselves?
Amazing. Hi. Amazing to meet you. What's all your names?
Hi. Are you a child?
Oh no. I'm a halfling. We were generally quite short, but I understand the confusion.
Yes, you are beautiful.
Thank you.
But I just wasn't sure, so I just Hi, I'm
okay.
Edie.
Hi, Edie. Wow. This is so amazing. And how about the rest of you?
Hi, I'm Nemea. You can call me May or Maya.
Hi.
We're spitting out nicknames.
Yeah. Whatever you want to be called by. This is just also new to me. I'm not really used to the bigger towns.
Oh, it's fine. Either am I. It's nice to meet you and welcome.
Yeah. How about you two over there? You seem a little bit quiet.
Oh, just prepping myself, that's all. Bjorg, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh,
I don't have a
Bjorg.
nickname. That would be Bjorg. Don't worry about it.
Oh my
Org.
god, I'm going to call you Org.
Please don't, Edie. Why did I open my mouth?
Orgy.
Alternatively, there's just so
Sorry,
much of
Bjorg.
you to enjoy, and we could call you a Smorgasbjorg.
I like that better.
Yes.
That at least has some pizzazz to it.
We need pizzazz.
Vix,
You're so
I'm
tall.
going to give you for that a point of inspiration. You get an inspiration die added for that
Deserved.
terrible pun.
Well deserved. Smorgasbord.
Woohoo!
I love it.
And I am Vix. It's lovely to meet you, Rose.
It's amazing to meet you all. Wow, there's so many people here, and you're so tall. Wow.
I've never been tall.
Well, the world from this height's a little bit different, but
I like it. It's
Hey.
okay.
well, all right. Just
If
do
you don't
know if
mind,
there's
I
any
have
sort
some
of formalities.
I have some business that I must see to the other guests first. Please feel free to
yes.
wander. There's still some more
Oh.
appetizers or just people to see. If you will excuse me, I will meet you at dinner.
There are new appetizers, you say?
Ooh.
You do see spread out. There is like a table spread out that has some appetizers. There is like oysters, like on the half shell. There are some like jalapeno poppers, which are delightful.
Yes.
There are some but they're set out like corn on the cob, but it's like the baby corn, like that you get in the cans. They have some just different like egg dishes, like little egg bites and stuff like that, just a variety. And then of course, your standard like bowl of like snack mix.
Ooh.
Edie, before you run off, the oysters, you don't eat the shell.
But they do
They,
make for good
they smell
seasoning.
gross.
I'm not quite fond of seafood.
You are in the wrong town.
Yeah.
Yes, it wasn't by
Yeah.
choice.
What if we
I'm excited to try it.
What if we took one of those oysters and put it in the sea cheese? Would that be appealing to you?
Oh. Stop
Vix,
talking.
Vix is clearly getting some enjoyment off of Bjorg's like slight retching.
Ugh.
Oh, are you alright?
Bjorg is a deep red, but you can see just hints of green overcome his face as he just goes on and on about seafood and soft cheese.
As you're feeling a little nauseous, you feel a big meaty hand just like slap you on the back.
Oh, God.
How you doing there, lad? It's good to see you. I'm glad you're out and about enjoying. Thank you for having me at your party. It's most generous of you.
Thank
Them.
Who are you?
This is Them Strongjaw, the owner / innkeeper of the Slippery Fish where you are staying. Not often I get out from behind the counter, so it's always. And he looks down and like basically coming up to his knee, he sees Rose. And who? I almost stepped on you. Who do we have here?
I'm Rosalie. You can call me Rose. You're so tall.
I like this one. And he kind of like reaches down and like pats you on the head. Finn is a half orc with like a broken like tusk, but he's just super big and loud and friendly. Well, I'm gonna get back to the. I brought anything. I mean, I brought some ale.
Okay, well, our wonderful new friend Rose is new in town, so if you would like to hand some over, show her what you've been working on lately.
It's on the counter. You just go like pour yourself some. It's a keg.
Now, is that very respectful to a stranger who is new in town?
But I'm a guest at the party, same as you. There's servants here. Like literally anybody else can. Why are you at? Fine. And he'll like go mumbling, trying to be a guest. Now I'm working. I'm left. I'm not the innkeeper. I'm not the tavern barkeep here.
Oh, now I feel bad.
You just tricked him
Because
into doing
one
his
night off.
job on his day off.
One night off, and I put him on work. Oh,
He
I'm
comes
it's
back
sorry.
over.
It's getting a drink for a lady. It's fine.
He comes back over with a pint of ale and hands it down to you.
Is it as big as you are?
Not quite, but it's probably almost half as tall
Like
as she is.
oversized.
Yeah, it's a big full-on. Like think in the Hobbit, like they got pints.
Yeah, they
But
pints.
even more so
Right.
because she's shorter than they are.
Damn, I'm
Amazing.
sorry. I didn't mean to make you go to work.
It's
I'm
all
so
right. I was
sorry,
just
you
trying
don't
to
have to do
enjoy the
that.
party, and
But
And he
thank you
looks-
so much.
I can't be mad at you. You're welcome. Tell me. And he gestures to some of the clam deities on the wall. Does this say anything to you?
There's enough without speaking words.
It looks great. It looks. I've never really seen anything like it. It's. I gotta
He-
say it's some art.
He leans closer to you guys. 'Cause frankly, I don't understand it. Like, I don't. What is it? Like, this must be some of that modern art where you have to like know what you're looking at.
Modern art is a scam.
I think they're beautiful.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I-
It's just,
believe it looks like the deities, maybe?
Yeah, yep, that's what I see too.
Yeah, it's the deities.
Thank you. That clears it all up.
There's something beautiful in the mystery of interpretation. And while everyone's been distracted, Vix has changed their height to be about 8 inches shorter, just so Rose isn't
So
so
he looks
towered
over,
over.
like expecting to like
Whoa!
look at you, and then like looks down a little bit to. Oh, there you are. I must have had too much ale. Anyway,
Wow.
this
Or
one
you're just more impressive
particularly-
than you remember.
This one particularly stands out at me, and he kind of just points to a random one, and you see almost like Einstein-looking clan, like if that's a possibility. It's got like wild like shock of like seaweed hair sticking up, and like big googly eyes, and like the tongue, like that picture of like Einstein with like his tongue sticking out. It's kind of like that, and like I'm not entirely sure which deity this is, but it just really stands out to me as this one is it. You know, like this is the piece.
Hmm.
And you can tell he's trying to engage in like this discussion that's just way outside of his like his realm of knowledge,
Him.
comfortable. Just literally like Sam would be better off discussing like sports or violence, you know, things like that, or ales, you know, things like
Him.
stuff like. Yes.
Now, when you look at this fine piece, like, what's the first word that comes to mind? I know it's brilliant, and it's speaking to you. I need to know that word.
Befuddlement.
Accurate.
That's just perfect.
Is there?
That's
Is there? Oh, sorry. Rose, is there a particular deity you're drawn to?
Oh, I'm generally drawn to the one of the wild nature.
Nice.
Yeah.
What one?
Yeah,
That's the same as me. My god is
Oh.
Aruna.
really?
Yes.
That's amazing. It's just what back at home we had some worship, and well, I don't know if you can tell, I just really love nature. But wow, do you know her?
Yes. I think I speak to her all the time.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's news.
It's how I have my magic.
That's so cool. Wow,
You're the first person to think that. Everyone at home didn't think it was very cool.
oh,
Edie,
Yeah.
your magic is amazing.
Thank you.
Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
yeah. It sounds like it's their
Huh.
loss. That sounds like a lovely relationship to have with a divine patron.
yeah, I can't imagine magic deriving from her that is not amazing. But
As you guys
Yeah,
are
you're
talking,
exactly right.
you must show
hear
me
the
this
ting
magic.
ting 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 of somebody like hitting a knife against a wine glass. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to extend my sincerest gratitude and thanks to all of you for attending tonight's dinner party in honor of these four. And he pauses for a moment at saying four, recognizing that previously there had been five. Individuals who stepped forward in our town's hour of need to defeat the skeletons and boneless as they invaded our town. Please give them all a round of applause. And there's a gentle, like, everybody's like applauding. And you hear some thank yous and like some whistles and stuff like that. I've just been informed that dinner is ready. So if you would all please journey with me to the dining room, we will enjoy a wonderful meal prepared by my cooks. And we will go from there. You are led in to the dining room, where you are seated near the head of the table. So it's a long rectangular table. So Magister Aron sits at the head, and you guys are seated on either side of him, 2-2, and then Rose, you and your cousin are seated near them as well, since you guys seem to have gotten along so well. Trays of food are brought out to the table, and as they're set down on the table, they begin removing the cloche from the trays, and you see bowls of potatoes and seafood chowder. You do see like a roast, like lamb that has been prepared in the middle, but then they come out with this big giant platter that's set in front of you guys and Magister Aron, and the cloche is removed. And as the lid lifts, you see this dark blue-black skin of Kalapari eels, and they're coiled up in a tight ball. And they come down, and one of the cooks stands right next to you, Bjorg, with a big knife and slices down. And as the eel skin splits, tiny silver fish spill out, along with onions and lemons and herbs. And like it looks like they're coming cascading, swimming in a way that has how they pour out.
God.
And
Vix is just like holding Bjorg's shoulder, like, it's your favorite.
Get away from me before.
And Magister Aron is just so excited. And he's just like, oh, well done. So the presentation, it's beautiful. Thank you.
I've never seen such a lovely typhoon of flesh before.
That's a
appetizing.
word to describe it.
I almost want enough for you, Vix.
I'm genuinely excited. I've never had anything like this before.
You're
So
in for
they
a
start
treat.
bringing you food, and they start with it's served like it's on the table, but it's served kind of in courses. So they start with the seafood chowder as a course, and they move to the Kalapari eel, and they give you all like you have your own like it's served like in a bowl, so that you've got like the chunk of eel and then still some of the silverfish like spilling out of it, and he's just so excited he just starts going right at it.
I'm loving the reactions of everyone so much. Sorry.
Okay, this is
Sliding
it's
my
my
plate over
reaction,
to Edie.
but Edie is actually like at her plate, like
Trying
sucking
to-
up the fish.
Trying to sneak my plate over to Edie's seat.
Oh yeah, I'll have it.
Seating
Thank you.
arrangement?
Thank you,
Is it
Edie.
Vix and Bjorg on one side and Mayor and Edie on the other?
Yes, and then Rose is sitting next to you two,
Okay.
and then Ingiltrude is sitting next to Vix, because Bjorg is sitting right next to Magister Aron.
I grab like a scoop full of the fish and like eel in my hand, and I hold it up to Bjorg's face, and I'm like, "Are you sure? It's really good."
Absolutely
as I-
positive.
It's like dripping out of my
Oh.
hands, and like I kind of squeeze it a little bit tighter so it doesn't drip so much, but it just makes it like
Easy.
Vix just reaches over as it's like dripping out onto Bjorg's plate, and he's desperately hoping it's not tainted anymore. And she just reaches over like, "Ooh, don't let that morsel escape." Just like.
I reach over, grab like a bit of bread, and like mop up whatever juices I spilt on Bjorg's side, and then just I continue with my eating.
I'd like you to go ahead and make a perception check while you're doing this.
You got it.
Oh
God, I hope I'm not offending anybody. 21.
You look as you're like just sitting there, you're like, oh. You kind of just like look down the table, and you notice someone making eye contact with you directly, and you recognize her as Belfin,
Oh, no.
the Triton shopkeeper from earlier, and she's just sitting there like,
Oh, Magister Aron!
she's like making eyes at you as she slurps in the silverfish out of her bowl, and then she like sits there for a second, and like as she's like slurping one, and she makes like the tail of the fish wiggle like in her mouth for a second, almost like she's doing like a I love like but with a fish tongue.
I couldn't get any more repulsed at this dinner.
I think she really likes you.
Uh, also, Rose, while also looking at like all of this, she's actually like you can actually see some like slight tears like going down her face. Like, no,
Thank you. Someone with good taste.
no, is there maybe a vegetarian option? I feel too
There's-
bad to eat this.
They do move on from the fish to the roast lamb and the potatoes. There is a salad as well that has like some cheese and stuff in it, and nuts and fruit that you can enjoy as well. They do, after a few moments of talking amongst each other at the meal, they do have, you do feel a hand on your back, and you look and see it's, this is you again, Bjorg. You see Xander Tyfrane, the Crown's Guard captain of the down there, come up. I just wanted to thank you all for your service and for capturing that foul beast. You have my deepest and most sincerest thanks for that. I wanted to introduce you all to my wife, and he turns and gestures, and you see, actually, she's a sea elf woman. She's dressed in like this long, flowing, like light blue gown, and her name is Ridaro. And she's like, honestly, it's such a pleasure to meet you all. Xander has been going on and on about all of you, and he's just glowing, positively glowing. And I just had to meet you for myself. So I had to meet the heroes of Balantor, and she, like, just puts her hand on your shoulder as well, Bjorg, but like one of her fingers, like, kind of gently, like, rubs the side of your neck as well as she puts her hand on your shoulder, and it's just
too
lovely.
much attention.
It's lovely to meet you.
Yeah, do we notice this?
Yeah,
I
I
have people
definitely
smacking
want to
me.
be.
Make a perception check with disadvantage. All of you who want to notice, if you notice.
Oh yeah, why not? Let's take a look.
Oh no.
Edie's
Oh,
enjoying her
no!
fish. She got a 3.
Unless I could argue that this is maybe insight to see if she's trying to hit on Bjorg. I rolled terrible.
Yeah.
At disadvantage, I got a 16.
So you do, because you know of her. You see her around town. So seeing her is not as much of a, oh, this is someone new, kind of paying attention more to who they are than what they're doing. You do see the finger, like, caress the neck. Now, if you want to read into it, you can do an insight check now that you've seen it. Or if you just think
Yes,
it was an
please.
accidental thing, you can.
Please figure this out, and please tell Vix. I want this.
I got a 16.
Need the tea at the party.
You got a what?
I got a 16 again.
Yes. It definitely seemed intentional. It did not seem like just a cat. Like, it seemed like, that's odd. Why would she, like, what is she, kind of thing. Like, it definitely sets off some alarms. It's a little more subtle than the Triton Belfin, but the intent is no less implied.
I'll do a little shiver, and then just, well, if it gets me away from Belfin.
Bjorg, would you mind accompanying me back up to the office? I think I have something
Yep.
there.
No explanation needed. On it.
Sorry, Magister. Please
Wait,
excuse
can
me
I
for a
come?
moment. How about you finish Bjorg's fish?
Okay.
Alright.
Is everything okay?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yep. I've just left something. We'll be right back.
I could have my major domo get it for you if you would like.
Could Rose
No,
maybe
that's
insight
fine.
check that?
Yeah, absolutely. Rose insight check.
Oh man. That's a natural one.
Oh
But
no!
I can reroll.
Oh no!
Oh, halfling! Halfling,
That's
yeah!
great. Halfling.
But
Oh,
that was a
yeah.
natural 3. Natural 3. Not much better. So that's 6.
Yeah, seems honest. They forgot something back there.
Could I join the insight check as well?
Sure.
Just for fun. Just for funsies. Just Vix
Insight
likes to know
party.
things. 22.
Jesus.
You don't recall her forgetting anything back there, so clearly she's got more going on than what she's saying.
Vix will like take a nice sip of wine, or at least look like they are, and just kind of whisper into their ring and cast message over towards Rose, and just be like, "Nemea's a little bit shy sometimes. She might just need to excuse herself." And then quickly tries to like divert the conversation nearby to just something else. Oh, Nemea will be right back very quickly. Tell me about that one over there. That seems particularly strange, but in a good way. It's making me think and feel things towards one of the Magister's art pieces.
Oh, yeah, yes, of course. And he'll start going off to describe. But go ahead, Nemea, what were you and Bjorg doing?
I was just gonna get him away from all that.
Oh, thank
An
you.
escape.
I did actually want to take him around the corner or something away from earshot.
Okay.
I'll follow. Get me
No
out
one-
of here.
Yeah, I know I'm socially awkward, but are you okay?
All right, I suppose, as long as that merchant keeps a distance, so I can find someone else to take my attention away from avoiding
I mean-
her.
Belfin's never been subtle, but what...
I can tell.
She's nice, but knows what she wants. But what was going on with the whole fingered neck thing?
I am just as clueless as you are, my dear.
Okay. But you're okay?
Yeah, sure. What's some attention?
You're asking the wrong
That's-
person.
Oh, right. Sorry. Forgot my company. Sometimes it feels good to bask in it, you know? Just let your shoulders down and just relax and take it all in. You should try it. It's fun.
I'm trying to, but
I can tell.
I'm glad you're okay. But her shoulders tense up again, doing the exact opposite of what Bjork's just suggested.
Nope. Down. Relax. Deep breath.
Wings come out and back into a more natural position. I also wanted to apologize. I don't have physical wings. Okay.
That's something you just need to remedy. You need to have, grow some wings.
I'll get right on growing them. I feel a little bit bad. The first thing I said to you was an insult. And I didn't mean it.
Water under the bridge at this point. I couldn't even tell you what you said to me.
Oh.
The amount of
Okay.
insults that I'm hurled at being in retail, you know. I'm used to it at this point. Words don't do much to me anymore.
I'd like to have grown your thick skin then.
We'll work on it.
Okay.
Not saying that I'm going to insult you until you're used to it, but
No, I got what you meant. But before we head back in there, if you feel uncomfortable, just try and get my attention. I'm pretty good at escaping social situations, so Let me know when I can help again.
Note taken. Thank you. I appreciate it.
As you guys are away having your conversation, Edie, Vix, and Rose are engaged in meaningful conversation regarding the clam art deities hanging on the wall. As you're discussing which clam speaks the most to all of you, somebody brings the servants clear the table of the main food, and they bring out a giant chocolate cake, and they set it.
Why
on the
did you
table.
take me away at this
I was-
time, the mayor?
I was honestly expecting like a giant chocolate eel or something. I didn't know. I thought it was going to be more seafood.
If I miss out on cake,
As the cake is set down, you hear dessert is now served, and a silver bell. They hold up a silver bell and ring it. And all of you, no matter where you're at in the house, except for Rose. Rose, you hear the bell because it rings. But all of you, except for Rose, hear it as if it was right next to your ear.
Oh, God.
And
what?
then you look,
Excuse me.
and you are sitting back in the sitting room with Magister Aron, and he looks at you. Well, it is about time for dinner. Should we make our way into the rest of the house to meet with the guests and to engage in this celebration dinner that you are here for?
Sorry?
And
The
with that,
eels.
we're going
Cake!
to go to break.
Fuck!
He's Groundhog Daying us.
Oh,
So,
we're
10
gonna get
minutes.
Groundhog Day?
10 minutes.
Go.
We're going to go get a drink, go get a snack, go potty, go whatever you got to do. Be back in 10 minutes, guys. We'll see you soon.
Okay.
I'm so.
there! Are you looking for a new D&D podcast to add to your listening lineup? Then check out The Ring of Contrarians. Start with the world-shattering adventures of the Rift Wars in Season 1, or join the dungeon-delving shenanigans of the Dungeons of Faerun in Season 2. New episodes go live on the 8th, 16th, and 24th of every month wherever you listen to podcasts, and on YouTube. Keep updated on Facebook and Twitter at Of Contrarians, and join the adventure with The Ring of Contrarians!
we're back.
Back, baby. Oh.
With a mouth full of food. It's fine. It's candy. It's just candy. We're fine.
Don't mind it. Pay no attention to the
Jealous.
snacking behind the curtain.
Ah, there. It's all gone. That's gonna hurt later. All right. When we left, the group was at a dinner party. It was a lovely dinner party. They'd met and saw Thim, who they promptly put to work serving drinks for a new friend, Rose. Yeah, they had some lovely discussions about art in the form of clamshell deities on the wall. They had dinner where Bjorg made eye contact with a wonderful shopkeeper named Belfin, who he had had previous encounter with, and as well as introduced and met Ridaro Typhrain, the wife of Xander, the Crown's Guard captain, who also seemed to take an interest in Bjorg. Rose is the cousin of the Crown's Guard soldier. Let me pull up her name again. It is Ingiltrude Oldbuck, and she is from the same village. They are enjoying a lovely dinner of Kalapari eel and roast lamb and potatoes and seafood chowder, and Bjorg especially is loving the Kalapari eel. Nemea pulls Bjorg away. Nemea pulls Bjorg away to have a moment of freedom for him, and as they are finishing up their discussion, dessert is served, and as dessert is served, a bell rings, and they find themselves back in Magister Aron's study, all except for Rose, and he says, "Shall we join to the dinner party, as it is now time for dinner?" And that is where we left off.
Vix immediately looks around at the other four to see if it looks like anyone else is experiencing this.
Edie
Incredibly
looks at the
puzzled look on
group
Bjorg's
and
face.
just says, "Cake?"
Cake?
There will be cake with dinner, I've been informed. I'm sure you will all enjoy it. It's from what I understand, it is a lovely chocolate cake.
Okay, I can't wait. Edie
Magister.
kind of settles right up to Vix's side.
Vix, like, kind of takes Edie in, you know, like, kind of gives her a little comforting touch while she's looking still at Magister Aron. Magister, if you don't mind me asking, apologies if this sounds absolutely ludicrous, but if you'll forgive me, I think the past few days show evidence that ludicrosity is well within the permissible bounds of our reality now.
Ludicrosity is my favorite rapper.
He's superb. I think something odd is happening. Because...
Indeed.
Did you experience seeing the chocolate cake ringing a bell and now we're back here?
Yes.
I've seen chocolate cake before, so that rings a bell, if that's what you're asking.
Oh my god.
No, I mean...
Not quite.
I believe the four of us have quite literally experienced this dinner once already. I hope only once, they say with a little bit of dread, and are now back at this moment.
Is the room any different? Like, is the pile and the sand that Edie was playing in before, is that still the way she'd left it, or is the room reset?
Make a perception check.
That's a good question.
While they're looking, and she's rolling quick, I would like to use. You can tell me if I can do this or not, because I can do it on mundane objects. I want to use my magical tinkering into the collar of my shirt, so I'll do it on the shirt, and we'll get to that later.
Okay, easy enough. Wait, what is it? What is involved in that? Do you have to actually take your shirt off, or can you do it like nonchalantly? Like, what are you trying to do?
Yeah, I can. I just want to. I'm
You don't have
imbuing
to
it with
describe the
magic.
end result. Okay, you're trying to.
Correct. Correct. Imbuing it with magic with my tools.
That's going to probably require some very obvious actions, I would say.
That's fine.
So, I mean, yes, you can take your shirt off or whatever you want to do. Like, I mean, you're an Outlander. He doesn't know what you're doing. Like,
I'll take the. No, I want it on my collar.
you could.
I'll just
could say
sit
you could
here
maybe-
and just play with the collar.
Okay, I was going to say you could maybe step away to a washroom. You recall possibly seeing one on the way down towards the dining area. Nemea, what did you roll?
I got a 13.
As far as you can tell, everything seems exactly the same in this room as you saw it.
As Edie left it, or before?
As it was, as you remember it, when you were getting ready to leave the dinner party. So yeah, you still see her structure and her,
Okay.
These are
her
project.
build up
Yeah.
in the. Yep.
Okay.
Magister Aron, do you have any reason to believe that your dinner might be under visitation by powerful magical entities?
I don't have any powerful mages in my village, so no, I'm not under any. Why are you asking this question? It's rather odd. Are you okay? Did you take some blows to your head earlier on? I heard tale
did.
of you.
But I doubt that this is concussion related, considering it's affecting all four of us.
All four, you say? Interesting.
I would imagine so. Bjorg, Edie, Nemea, you. Am I the one that's having a little bit too much wine?
We've all had too much wine.
Too much wine, but my wits are about me. I'm whispering something into my collar and then just pretending like the dinner is just about to happen for the first time.
Anyway, shall we adjourn to the entertainment area?
After
My,
you.
my apologies. Yes, let's go.
You guys make your way down the same hallway from before, passing the same doors as before.
I will lean over to Vix. I have a trigger. You sense it too. We've relived this and you'll know if the same events are occurring soon enough.
Sounds good to me.
As you enter the dining, the formal greeting area, gathering area, Armsman Ingletrude Oldbuck comes up once again, pulling behind her a halfling. Magister, I'd like to introduce you to my cousin. She's here visiting from my village, and I thought I would take an opportunity to bring her in and invite her. Rose?
Yeah, hi. I'm Rosalie. I'm Rosalie Underwood. You can call me Rose though. Wow, this place is amazing. Wow, so many people.
Yeah, it's so
Oh.
lovely to meet you. Thank you. Magistrate, you have plenty of other guests to talk to. You should move on, really.
Are you sure?
Absolutely, yes, absolutely.
But this, I haven't even got to introduce my.
No, it's fine.
It's. He's torn between his desire to you're the guest of honor, so trying to, but also he
Really,
just was introduced to
really.
this new person, and it's rude to not return the introduction. I'm Magister Aron. Nice to meet you. And he kind of just looks at you as he walks away.
Hi. Wow.
Rose.
What's your names? I'm Rose.
This is so exciting. Hi, I'm Edie. I
Edie.
know a secret.
A secret?
You like wild
What?
magic.
Oh.
I can tell.
She has a
She's
gift.
just
Bit of a mind reader.
oh, it's, is it?
A
Is it?
big,
Is it
meaty hand slaps you on the back. Beard.
I should have known.
Lad, it's
Fuck.
good to see you.
Oh.
Welcome to. I'm so glad that this party's. Thank you for inviting me. I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you, Thim.
You're so tall.
Yes, and you're so small. I love it. I'm Thim. I own the Slippery Fish Inn. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'm Rose. It's so lovely to be
Rose.
here.
And delicate like a rose. You're such a pretty little thing.
Thim, I believe that's some of your ale over there. I doubt Rose has tasted it. Let me go get a few for here. And don't want you to work on your day off after all. She throws a glance at Bjorg.
Really appreciate that. You know,
Really?
I don't get days off very often, so when I get one, it's just such a delight. You know, a delight.
Hey,
That's very
Rose.
kind.
Well, Thim, thank you for being able to make it. Have you spoken to other people? You know, don't let us take all your time.
Oh, what I mean, you're right. I should go say hello to Ramun. Yeah, the guard. Oh, Ramun, and he just walks off.
Enjoy. Guys, what the
Vix
fuck is happening?
While Vix is getting the beer, can they do a look around the room and try and place the face of whoever rang that bell?
Yeah, it was just since you were there, you would have seen. It was just the major domo.
Okay. Do I see what the major domo is doing right now?
Go ahead and for that make a perception check.
Yeah, out of the box.
It's out of the box.
It's out of the box. We are doing if you could read the face, it counts as a purposeful roll. So I'll keep the out of the box the roll, and that was a. If it goes onto my carpet, I'm not counting that because I can't. That's just cock
fair.
dice. Perception is an 18 total.
You look around and you actually don't see him in this room at all.
They're going to just grab some beer and bring it back over to the group.
Oh, amazing.
Like
It's nice to
arm,
meet
like
you.
you're like wrapping her arm.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
nice to meet. It's good to meet you, Rose. Here's some ale. I am Vix.
Ah, yes. It's really nice to meet you. There's so many people here. It's amazing. And you're the heroes, the people of the event, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I suppose. What brings?
Hey, can I?
you to town?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is everything okay?
I may have had too much wine upstairs.
Oh,
What? Don't mind me. What brings you to town?
well, I just came to stop by to just visit my cousin. I've actually just recently left home, and it's all been so exciting. I haven't really come across that many big areas yet. This place is wow. It's so great. It's so much bigger than what I'm used to, and although I have had an interesting conversation with some apes along the way, that's the most interesting thing.
Literal apes, like
You-
beasts.
Little, big.
She's just nonchalant about it.
Well, that's a conversation for dinner.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey.
I keep forgetting. This is not where. Yeah. Animals and we kind of get along. So, I know that's not really something that people outside of where I'm from. That's not really a thing. But yeah, I helped some apes with. Well, they were having a bit of an argument, but that was probably the most exciting thing. There was also a bit of a feast there, but much less scale than this.
That's really cool.
Really
Yeah. Yeah.
Bjorg, you feel a fingers like trail up your neck, like the back of your neck a little bit, and then you hear,
Ugh.
well, it's such a pleasure to see you here. I was so hoping that you would be here and that I would be invited here. And you turn and you see Belfin standing there, and she's just like, you know, I picked those vegetables specially for you.
Oh, Belfin, have you met Nemea?
Of course, I know Nemea. Hello, Nemea. But I'm more interested in maybe seeing if you have a few moments that we can step aside and have a conversation.
Oh, is that dinner? Oh, I think that's dinner. I've got to find my seat. Special seating. Sorry you can't follow Hero and all.
They didn't announce what?
I'm Rose, by the way. Hi. I haven't met you.
Hello, Rose. I'm Belfin. I run a produce stand here in town occasionally.
Oh.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
What sort of produce do you have there? That's great.
I really don't like to discuss work and while we're playing. I hope you understand. But I do have some questions for Bjorg. So if you don't mind, it's lovely.
You can see Bjorg was like creeping away and like giving Rose finger guns as she kept asking questions and like
Just kind of like a bit of a nod.
And so she's gonna try to go off and try to like corner you, like literally try to get you into a corner, so she can just stand there, like hand on the wall, like talking to you.
Rose is just kind of just following, like trying to get answers. Like, yeah. Do you have any mangoes? Do you have any some potatoes maybe? I'm like, which variety?
Can
Yes,
I
we have
try
all-
and snake my tail in between Belfin's legs? Trip her up a little bit.
make a sleight of a hand check. I know this is tail.
Sleight of tail.
A sleight of tail check. Yeah.
Tail, tomato. Sleight of hand. Ooh, that's not bad. That is a total of 19. Don't you dare.
Don't you dare.
You slip your tail, and she's walking. Bjorg! She falls, and she lands face first into a pile of sea cheese. And so she comes up, and she's like, almost
cheese, of course.
almost Robin Williams, Mrs. Doubtfire-esque, just the full face of cheese. Yeah, she pops up and she's like, oh my, and she like actually runs out the door and leaves the party altogether.
Oh, bye.
She's an even tastier little thing now.
I sit down, and as I scoop my chair in, I just give a very happy smirk to Nemea.
Are you actually in the dining room?
Where weren't we in the dining room? I'm sorry.
No, you were like in just a formal like meeting area.
Yes, sorry. No, then I haven't gone yet. I'm sorry.
You like went into the dining room all by yourself, and you're just like.
I thought we
okay.
meandered in there.
You did, but no one else was following yet because it wasn't time for the meal yet.
That's fine.
In all of that chaos, Edie wants to have just made her way upstairs.
Make a stealth check, and I'll say at advantage because nobody is specifically watching you. No, you're at disadvantage, so straight roll.
13.
Okay. You see, you try to make your way up the stairs, and then you hear, Miss, the upstairs is not where the party is. Please.
It's okay. I was told to grab something.
Told by whom? This is the major domo that you're talking to. He came out of the dining room
The
area.
magistrate. The magistrate.
Go ahead and make a deception check, and this would be at disadvantage because the magister would have the major domo generally do things for him.
I believe in you.
$11.
Rather odd that he did not ask me. Should I accompany you?
He knew that you just are flat out, and I offered. I begged, in fact. So don't worry about it.
Very well.
Thank you. And I skip away as quickly as I can.
Most unusual, and he returns back to the dining room area.
Rose, did you get in
Alright.
recently?
Yeah, I arrived just today.
Just today.
Yes.
You have a long trip from where you were.
Yeah, I mean, it's a while away. You know the south. Yeah, it was a little while's journey, but it was lovely. Lots of nature and lots of little animals to talk to. Not that many disputes, only really the apes. But yeah, it was a good journey.
As long as you had some entertainment on the way, that's what helps.
Of course. There's always entertainment wherever there is any sort of creature. You would not believe the sort of conversation that a bird can have. It just makes you smile.
What would you say is the chattiest creature that you've spoken to? Just out of curiosity, I've never spoken to an animal before.
I don't know. I think I've found a lot of pestering with some squirrels. Squirrels, I think they
That makes sense.
yeah. But I love them. They just always make me smile as well. I mean, most animals do, but they're just great. They just always have a new tale about where they found their next little treat.
I would imagine birds are rather abbreviated, right? They can't say more than probably 280 characters in a single tweet or something.
Oh yes.
Oh
Their speech is not really like ours.
I
It's
hate you so much.
a little less. It's a little simpler, but you would not believe the sort of meanings you get from the most simple of words. It's with birds definitely. There's this sometimes a little bit of repetition. It can take a little while to just get to the point, but that's all right.
Right.
They're trying their best.
It's concise but informative, and sometimes they tweet and then just retweet, and it's not really anything new. But
Yeah, exactly.
Stop it.
Exactly. But
And just like that, Vix fell dead.
just like that, Vix lost their inspiration that
The
they
pun-
earned earlier.
The pun was so terrible. The pun was so terrible it killed them.
Yep.
oh,
God.
you seem to know quite a bit about birds. Can you also speak to them?
Oh no, not at all.
Oh, okay. Well, you must be very smart then.
Not particularly. Let's say I'm worldly.
That's great. Maybe over dinner you can tell me a bit about what you've seen of the world. I haven't really been out much beyond my village, so I'd love to hear.
Of course. That sounds lovely. Well,
And as they begin discussing,
I do want to insight check Rose, or maybe investigation is more appropriate, to see if there's any sort of the red flag of she's new here, just arrived today, and now there's weird timey-wimey stuff happening. Just whatever
sure,
suss out roll
you
is
can
happening.
insight check her. You can insight.
17.
Rose has no idea, doesn't seem to have any attachment to it at all that you can determine.
Okay.
We will go to Edie, who has just snuck. But yes, Nemea.
Go to 80. It's fine.
Okay. Edie has just snuck upstairs to get something for the Magister.
Yes.
You make your way to the top of the stairs, and you see a hallway stretching out before you.
Edie wants to make her way up the hallway. Any doors that are already ajar, she wants to look into, and she tries most of the doorknobs as she makes her way up.
Yeah, as you go through, you open some doors, and you see like a couple empty bedrooms that look like they're like guest room type places. And then you do see, as you open one door, you see a little child sitting on the ground, and he's like playing with like dolls and stuff like that, and just like interacting, and you hear one being like, "I'm Goremarr, and I'm going to vanquish you." It starts, and then you see another one like, "I'm Nemea, and I'm the strongest tiefling there is," and she like starts doing that, and she's just like playing like heroes with her dolls.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
What are you doing?
Playing with my dolls. What? Hi. You're her.
I'm Edie.
You're
Yeah.
You're one of the heroes.
Yes.
This is my Edie doll, and she holds up. It's just a plain doll. Looks absolutely nothing like you, but it's just a plain, like, generic. This is my Edie doll, and she's about to come in and heal Goremarr when he gets hurt.
Oh, that's beautiful. I want to lean down and I want to grab onto the dolls and prestidigitation symbols into all of them that make them look like actually they've got something that's separates all of them.
Oh, gods, you did. Oh my gods, thank you.
This'll only last for a
Mommy
little
says
while.
I can't say those words, but thank you.
This'll only last for a little while, but it'll be fun. Here, I have a gift for you. Can you hold on to something for me?
Yes, I can.
I'm gonna.
We can't hear you.
We lost you.
Oops.
You have to hold
I'm
it
gonna
up.
take a ribbon from my hair that like lets loose a bunch of braids that Nemea had done, and I want to tie it to her wrist. And I'm gonna like brush out the braid to like completely change my hair.
Okay.
And here,
She just has this
tie
big.
to her wrist.
I'm never taking this off, ever.
Good.
Does this mean I'm a hero too?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Don't tell the others, but you're my favorite.
My heart just like explodes. Oh, you
My
are.
name's Sarah.
Sarah. All right. I will be back. See if you can remember that we did this conversation. Okay?
Okay, I'll remember.
Alright. You'll remember. Good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
And then she just like hugs like all her dolls to her now, just like sits there like completely has given up on the whole battle thing, and she's just like hugging them.
Oh.
My heart, Sarah. All right. I'm gonna
So
keep
sweet.
making my way through the doors to see if there's anything else up here that I can mess with.
You make your way down the hallway, checking some doors, and you do see again one. This looks like a more used office. So it looks like it's got some papers on the desk and everything like that. And then you see like a double door, like at the end of the hall, like a big double door, room. You try that one, it does appear to be locked.
I'm immediate, just looking for a key.
Make a perception check. Or are you like looking for things, or just like looking around? Are you like actually like digging through things trying to find something, or just looking around?
I want to keep getting as deep into the house as possible. So like,
So
I
that's
feel like
going to be more of an
anytime
investigation check.
Yeah. So it's like if the room has only got one room in it, I've looked in, but I've not kept going. Oh, an 8.
Okay. You don't find a key anywhere that you can see right now.
Okay. I'm going to make my way back downstairs, and as I do, I'm going to leave flowers everywhere.
Okay. You make your way back down to the party just as they are being escorted into the dining room. You guys are set down, and as the meal progresses, they go through the same courses. They bring out the soup, they bring out the Kalapari eel, and once again, they slice it open, and the silverfish spill out everywhere. And surprisingly enough, this time there is no Belfin at the end of the table making fish slurps at you, Bjorg, so that is something. But
I'm
once
looking
again,
at Vix from across the table and just
Vix is sitting next to you.
putting. Oh right,
Yeah.
giving them a nudge. Just say wait.
Vix doesn't like
And then,
react, but is paying attention.
And then as the lamb course comes up again, once again, Xander and Ridaro come up, and it's so lovely to meet you. And again, the finger caresses your neck, as she's just so delighted to meet you.
As she caresses my neck, I'm assuming she touches the collar at some point, given the high-rise suit shirt that I'm wearing. And my magical tinkering is going to go off with a recorded message that I have slipped into my collar that everyone within 10 feet can hear. It's a 6-second recorded message. And just says, "Your husband is watching, Ridaro." I told you, Vix.
I love it
She
so much.
immediately, like, freezes up. And she's like, what? Watching what? I don't know what are you referring? And he like looks at her. He's like, what am I watching? What is happening?
Our finest deeds in battle, that's all.
Well, she was very interested in the details of the battle, so of course. And she kind of like just eyeballs you for a minute, like, and steps away. And it's like, darling, I need to use the powder room, if you'll excuse me. And she just steps away.
Now I can enjoy my cake.
Cake?
I'm surprised you
And
didn't want to
just
enjoy her
as-
cake.
Not quite.
Nemea nearly chokes on her wine.
The spit take right across into Bjork's face. Magister Aron's like, "Oh, that was most odd. I don't know why there was a what. This is such an odd party. Yes, is this normal for parties?
I
It-
don't know.
I'll say this: it's far more tame in a good way than most parties I go to, so I'd count that a success. Is Ridaro a
that's-
fan of pineapples? I'm just curious. It was just such odd
I
behavior
don't-
suddenly.
I don't. Pineapple is a delicious fruit. I would assume. I would assume that, unless maybe she has an allergy I hadn't heard of, but I don't keep up on most people's food allergies. That's a good. You could ask Xander yourself. Perhaps he would know. But anyway, Edie, you'd asked about cake earlier, and I believe it is time. And you see the giant chocolate cake, and you actually get a closer look at it this time now that you're expecting it. And for you, Bjorg and Nemea, this for the first time you get to see it. It is like a big, and it looks like a chocolate lava cake actually, but it's a very large one, and it has like a nice like chocolate glaze on top, and it's set down, and dessert is served, and the bell
As
rings.
soon as the cake is there, Edie is hand into the cake to try and grab a big handful before the bell rings.
The bell rings as your hand hits it, and you are all back in Magister Aron's study. Just sitting there again, and he's like, should we adjourn to the entertainment area? You do not have cake in your hand. Your hair is back in a braid with a ribbon tied to it. Should we adjourn to join the party? The four of you are back in his room again.
Vix just says, second time.
Yes.
Second time. I've only asked once, but I can ask again. Are you ready to join the party? It should be starting. The guests have arrived, and
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes.
are you feeling
yeah.
well, Edie?
When does Sarah get to come join the dinner party?
Sarah, my daughter?
Yes.
No, we thought it best if she stayed upstairs. Children often get underfoot. You understand how it is. We try to be, when it's adult time, we try to have the adults. She understands. But how did you know about Sarah?
Is she the artist?
Never.
May have mentioned.
She
Sarah.
is the artist. Did I mention her? You know, I say so many things. And in the mail, of course, you would
previous
have.
discussions.
You would have known about her.
Yeah.
You mentioned her before.
You know, I must have. I don't remember, but I say so many things. It's very possible it just slipped my mind. But we should go so we're not late.
You know, Magister, forgive me if I'm stepping out of bounds, but you seem a little unsure of this hosting business. If it would comfort you to have your daughter nearby, I'm certain no one would mind, and it would be nice to have the artist be able to see people enjoying her art.
Well, perhaps after dessert we can bring her down and she can maybe join us then. Maybe she could join us for dessert. I know she does like chocolate cake.
That sounds
Nice.
wonderful.
Oh, I just spoiled dessert. Oh, I'm so sorry. Please act surprised. The chef worked on it all day. It's a chocolate lava cake. It's my favorite.
I'm aware.
I'm sure we will be most surprised about whatever happens this time.
This time.
This time of
odd.
eating cake. We've had cake before, but not this time.
Oh, of course. Let us be on our way. And he leads you down the same hallway. You see the same clamshell deities, and you walk in, and immediately Ingiltrude walks up, introduces her cousin. Magister, this is my cousin Rose. She's here visiting from my village. She just arrived today, and I thought it would be good to bring her along and introduce her.
Hello,
Hi,
Rose. Nice to see you
Underwood.
again.
Again? Have we met?
Somewhat.
Of
I'm
course,
Georg. Hello.
Rosalie Underwood, the famed ape communicationologist.
You've heard about that? I've only told my cousin. Wow. Oh, that. Do you also speak to apes? Did they tell you?
Yes, they did. They told us.
Oh, that's
Do
great.
you have magic?
Yes.
Can you please tell me all of the magic you have?
She's just kind of like.
Our first time meeting. Tell me all your secrets.
Big-
She is gonna have an inside check here because
Yeah, go ahead.
like, why is this person asking what about all my magics? Oh man. Okay. Oh wow. So that is dirty 20.
Nice.
Nice.
So, you know that She just is very. Edie looks flustered, confused, hungry for cake, and very like just looking for like help. She just looks desperate at this point.
I will mention that depending on you have eaten 2 meals, and that for some reason has stayed with you. So whatever you've consumed in the first 2 meals is still with you, and this is over the period of just a couple hours worth of time.
Dessert
Just so you know.
is separate. It doesn't
Right? No.
count.
I'm just letting you know as far as like
Yeah.
your fullness level of where like how much food you've eaten. If you've eaten a full meal both times, you've eaten a full meal 2 times in a very short time span. You're still muted.
Okay.
Oh, no.
But my hair reset.
Are you alright? I can tell. Do you maybe need some healing? I do have some of that. I know that there's a lot of food here, but I can always summon up some berries as well. I know that can also be really helpful. I don't really have that much that can help right now. Most of my stuff really has to do with nature and the outside, but if is there any way I can help?
No, that's okay. What?
You could help us by taking a look around. We're still very new here, at least all of us but Nemea, and might be able to learn a little bit about this place together.
Oh really? Wow. I just came today. I didn't realize that you all knew here as well. That's great.
And again,
Very
Thim
neat.
Strongjaw comes up, slaps you on the back, Bjorg. Oh, good to see you, lad.
Oh,
So
yep.
tall.
Yep. Hello, Thim. Hello.
And you go through that whole exchange again.
Glad you brought your ale, Thim.
Oh, you knew about me bringing my ale.
Yep, of course. I've already had some.
Oh,
Vix is gonna. Does Bjorg still have his collar set? Is that like magic still active?
I turned it off. Yeah.
Okay.
After it happened.
Okay.
I am
Didn't
keeping an eye on
reset it?
Edie though.
Okay.
No, I reset it. I turned it off after.
After it worked.
But it hasn't happened.
Mm.
So she's back, right?
Vix is gonna
Oh my god.
move away from the group, knowing that Thrym is coming and that he's about to be a big distraction. Vix is gonna like give like a hey, if you want to follow, you can kind of nod to Rose, but is going to go looking for the major domo.
Okay.
Okay.
She's going. She'll kind of just be like, okay, and then just kind of follow, curious.
I just follow strangers, especially looking like Vix all the time.
Yeah.
Where
Weird.
are you looking for the major domo?
If assuming that there's like wait staff coming in and out of like a kitchen area, that's the first place that they'd check.
In the kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You go in the kitchen, and yes, that is absolutely where the major domo is. They're kind of directing traffic and pointing at things. And now we've got to hurry up. The first course is about to be served. We need it to be served on time. We need to be, making sure that we are setting the gold standard. This is the party here, folks. We need to be on top of it.
I'm waiting for Edie to run away, and I'm going to follow like 5-10 feet behind her.
Okay.
It's just about to be like Edie hides. But what she's gonna do is she's gonna make her way outside of the house.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh,
And she wants to. So, was there windows? Could you see into the dining room from outside anywhere?
From the dining room, no. The dining room is actually kind of centralized, so there's no like external windows to it.
She does a lap of the house and just goes back inside and then sits down and just looking defeated.
In the kitchen, on the way there, Vix is going to whisper to Rose, keep an eye out for a silver bell. Sorry if this is a bit strange, but things are afoot.
Okay, she's also going to inside check that.
Sure.
Oh man, let's see.
Not you guys being super suspicious to this person you just met.
Don't be
Mhm.
suspicious.
like,
Don't be suspicious.
That is a 7.
7? I mean, Vix isn't trying to like hide anything. You probably see like there's a level of excitement, like they're eager to they're working on some sort of puzzle, and they're being very like honest and wanting to communicate, but also like not trying to scare you.
Oh, okay. And you'll hear like, are we trying to be sneaky about it?
Enough. Something strange and magical is happening, and it's not happening to everyone equally.
Oh.
The bell might be connected.
Oh. Well. Yeah. I'll keep an eye out. Is it okay?
So seeing inside if we're in the kitchen, could we take a look around for the serving course bell?
Are you gonna actually like be digging through things? Is this gonna be an investigation thing, or are you gonna just be kind of glancing around for more of a perception check?
Probably like casually.
Maybe a glance at first?
Yeah, I think casually looking through, like, oh, I'm walking past a cabinet, open the bread box and open this drawer, and just like looking in like that.
So, are you trying to do this openly, or are you doing this trying to do it stealthily, like trying to keep it kind of a?
Doing the stealth by confidence, where if you act like you're supposed to be there,
Okay.
no one notices.
So, go ahead and make it. I'll let you pick stealth or sleight of hand to
Okay.
start with. This is going to determine what kind of investigation roll you're going to make.
Sure. I'll do stealth, and that's a bad roll. That's a 9.
Okay. So go ahead and make a straight investigation check. You would have had advantage if you'd done well with stealth, but you can make a straight investigation check because the kitchen workers are acknowledging you kind of, but they're not like actively watching you.
They're busy with what they're doing. Yeah. I got
Right.
a. Ooh, let me double check my modifier. Sorry. Loading. That is a 21 on investigation.
Wow, nice. You just kind of, as you said, you're going around looking through, just opening a cupboard, let it close, open a bread box, let it close. You look over, as you're kind of looking, you're not seeing anything, and then you look over and you see kind of like a cart with like the long cloth over it, and you kind of just move a napkin to the side, and you see the silver bell sitting there.
Snagging it.
Make a sleight of hand check to see if you can grab that without being noticed.
Yup. Alright. Spalted Tamarind's hot. Let's stick with that. Sleight of hand.
Spalted Tamarind. I don't know.
No! It betrayed me!
This is what you get for saying things and stuff.
That's what I get.
Oh no.
What did you get?
I got a natural 1.
Oh.
Woo!
Attaboy.
For a 5.
Oh.
So as you're trying to grab it, you kind of look up at the last second just to see if anybody's noticing. You accidentally knock the silver bell to the ground, and you hear cling, 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 and the major domo looks over at you. Yes. Could I help you?
Oh, I just found this bell to be so interesting. Sorry, I got a little bit lost in the sauce here of this kitchen. It's so busy and beautiful at the same time.
Yeah, so
Rose
for
is
your
kind of
own
like running up,
safety.
having heard the bell. She's just like, oh, hi. I'm sorry. I think I've just got a little bit lost. That's really pretty. That's really pretty bell. Can I ask your name?
You want to know my name? Well,
I'm new in town.
well, it's nice to meet you. I am Marvon Bigbeam. I'm the major domo to Magister Aron, and it's a pleasure to meet you and make your acquaintance. But really, the kitchen is off limits, just for safety reasons. You understand, I don't want you being hurt in our kitchen. That would be our responsibility, and we would feel awful if you were hurt.
Hmm. Um, that
But
that's sad. Surely you could use a extra helping hand. I'm really good with cooking, and there's a whole bunch of smells here. Maybe I could help. She's just essentially kind of just trying to keep him busy, keep distracted.
The vegetarian course could probably use some bolstering. You might be able to help them there.
Yeah,
vegetarian course, we don't have so much. I mean, we have salad.
Well, that's why it
Make
needs
a
bolstering. It doesn't
make
even
a-
exist.
Make a
have one.
persuasion check with advantage, Rose.
Oh,
And I like that she has no clue what's going on, and she's just going along with your life.
I love it. I love it so much.
Let's just do this.
yeah. She just kind of just like has this like semi like she just like has this smile on her face like this is fun. That's a 15.
Well, we suppose if you would like to assist the chef, we could. But we really are short on time. Dinner is about to be served. What could you do in just like 5 minutes?
Oh, I could make some. Well, I guess my specialty is I really like making berries. I can make some of those. I'm really good at making really interesting salads. So maybe if you could show me what you already have, the base, and I can try and just give it that little extra special.
So he'll take you over and introduce you to the cook, and be like, she's offered her services in making the salad. Yes, I know you already have a salad. She said she can make a special salad. Look, I don't have time to argue with you. Please, I'll make it up to you later. Yes, thank you. The cook will help you now. And the cook glares at you a little bit, but they kind of concede and let you, they show you where the pantry of, the produce and the lettuce and all those things are, and let you kind of have. And you've got 5 minutes to make up a salad. While that's going
she's
on,
quite excited. She's really excited doing this as well. She's like, she's partially was also just doing this to kind of just get involved in that. I guess also just she's just really happy to be helping with that.
So to make your salad, one, think about what you want to have on it. I'll let you, kind of decide how it's going to be made. And then I want you to make, we'll say a performance, or I'll let you use like nature to know what kind of vegetables and stuff. Like, I'll let you kind of, since you might be using some druidic inspiration to create it, I'll let you kind of pick however you want to make your salad. Vix, what are you doing while she is distracting Marvon?
Grabbing like a nearby napkin or towel and just kind of like looking like they're cleaning up, just kind of like, oh, sorry, I bumped that cart, and just pocketing that bell and using like the napkin or the towel to muffle the bell.
Make another sleight of hand check. I will go ahead and give you advantage on this one since he is distracted and since you are using muffling aids.
Oh, the first dice I saw was a 2, but the other one was an 18 for a 22 total.
Okay. As you pick it up and put it in your pocket, you hear a voice. You don't have all the answers yet.
Can I respond to this message?
You don't have all the answers yet. You need to know more.
Is this a voice I would recognize?
Make a religion check.
Oh, damn it. Bad roll. 7.
You don't recognize the voice. It sounds childlike. but you do not recognize the voice.
If I don't have the answers yet, I'm more than happy to go find them. I just need a little bit of a hint. You're playing a very good game here.
I'm not supposed to be interfering, but you don't have all the answers yet.
I don't even know what the problem is. This is a mystery that is a mystery itself. And Vix, like, kind of is just, like, looking a little bit, like, manic and gleeful.
Put it back. You don't have all the answers.
Could
And with
I...
that,
Oh.
we are going to wrap our campaign for today.
God.
What?
What?
Oh my goodness.
What is
do you
happening?
mean?
What is going on?
Clearly, we need to
So-
we need to set up Radaro and Bjorg. That's the objective here. We need to get those two
That's
together.
my takeaway from this.
They're star-crossed lovers.
Hey, give me what is she on a 1 to 10 scale there, Dustin? Mr. DM. That'll influence me.
She is a beautiful woman.
Okay.
She has long, kind of like wind-swept hair that is almost like sun-bleached. It's still like a light, dusty-ish blonde, but it looks like she spends all of her time out in the sun. Her skin is just like this copperish brown, a little, buxom, if you will. She's just a beautiful woman by most standards. Now, what Bjorg is interested in, I don't know, but she is what most would consider a beautiful woman. She is definitely the pride of Xander. He's like, yeah, I've got a 10. But you also can, she's hitting on you in front of her husband without him being aware of it. So, you
Note
can
taken.
put it how you will. Yeah. But everyone, thank you for coming and checking out our wonderful story today. We really enjoy all of you being here, and we enjoy your comments in chat. Hopefully, you guys will come back next week as we continue the dinner party and find out why they don't have all the answers yet. So we
Thanks
will
so much
see
to
you guys
Sabrina.
next week. But until then,
Yes, thank you, Sabrina.
thank you, Sabrina.
Thank you.
So nice.
We are super
lovely
excited to have
be
Sabrina be
here.
a part of our dinner party, and hopefully she can come back next week and continue the party, because that's going to be, we want to see what salad she's making. So,
To be
but we love you guys.
I have
Stay
a week
safe.
to decide a really safe salad, a really good salad.
This be an
Hey.
amazing salad. This better be an amazing salad. But we love you guys. We thank you for your time. And I can't say is it Wednesday? Can I say that? Is that allowed? Anyway, have a wonderful week, guys. We love you. See you guys
Bye,
later.
everybody.